How's it going, guys, and welcome back for a new video. This right here is the 140 reverse hybrid, and it is of course order of entities. Now the first thing I want to show you guys is on how you can exactly just tunnel through the first 6-7 chunks that you guys might be facing. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna put this right here, and then of course you're gonna save the ticks that you need right here, so you can do like that. Those right here is the ticks that you need, and that right here is the comparator you need for this to tunnel. So whenever you press the button, make sure that everything is enabled. Sorry about that. Anyway, here we go. So when you press the button, it should be tunneling through as much as it possibly can. You can't really shoot through this more than once because it's not really gonna tunnel the same amount. So this right here is around 6 chunks. So now you can stack on a one block. It is too high, but the further away you get, the more it dips, and then of course you'll be able to get it exactly on a one block now when it's 6 chunks away. Let's go ahead and change this right here back, and then let's go ahead and start and make up a backboard, since before we can go underneath someone's space, we need to create ourselves a backboard. So I made a little base over here, and this is pretty much it. What I want to do is that I want to get a sand. Now I know this here is water, but it doesn't really matter. But I want to get a block right here, so I could potentially reverse up. As you can see, there's no blocks I can shoot up on, so we need to make ourselves a backboard, and we can do that because we're only using a 2 high. So now we can get a sand to simply just fall, and at some point it's going to let us quickly but thoroughly get a sand stack under their base. So to start off with, what we need to do is we need to take the reverse off. The reverse is what makes the shot shoot up. It's all the sand and all the hammer is get shot up to the reverse. We don't need that. So this right here is the hammer, what also stacks the sand as well as scatter. We can disable that right there. The last thing we're gonna change is our sand. Our sand is located right here. Now we want to take the glowstone off here, so on any of the above pistons is not used. And then we want to take it away like that, so only this piston right here and this one over here is getting used. So there's only going to be a max of 3 sand. Now that that is taken care of, let's go ahead and take off half the power. And then I am thinking, oops. And I already know what the power radius is for this, so I don't really need to worry too much about it. But I am gonna anyways. So here we are. I'm pretty sure that's it. So now that everything is controlled like that, let's go ahead and fire, and let's see where the sand gets to. Should be kinda okay. Well, a little bit more would be nice, but as you can see, all I gotta do now is just add a little bit more, which should be located right here. Take that off. That's a few more TNT. Let's see if that makes a difference. Should be able to go a little closer now. Okay, so yeah, I want to get it as far back as possible, but this right here is just fine as well. So what we're gonna do now is, what we're gonna do now is that we're gonna make this here ready to reverse hybrid, and the way we're gonna do that is we need to enable whatever we just did. We need to redo that, so that it means, of course, we need to redo the sand, which is located right there. So that's pretty simple. Then we also need to do the reverse, which is located right there. And I actually had this one on. Well, that's interesting. Try to leave it off. Leave it off. All right, and here's our hammer. Now that everything is enabled again, including our scatter and everything, we can go ahead and we can shoot. Because now when we shoot, we're gonna see. Whoop, let me make sure. Yeah, we're gonna see that it's going to work perfectly, and it's gonna work because we have our one block backboard right here, and then it's going to shoot up and make a hole. So let's go ahead and see that. I forgot about the power. Alright, here we go. Sorry about that. That was embarrassing. So now we should get our reverse going up. Perfect. And now that we have a hole in our reverse layer, you would probably see that it's going to close the gap, and this all here is water. Now it doesn't really matter because right now we still have water on the reverse layer, so it gives the same result. But what we can pretty much do now is that we can keep shooting with this kind of right here, since now we got a decent backboard, as you can see right there, and we can just keep shoot and shoot and shoot, and we'll go through layer by layer by layer. But at some point you're gonna find yourself kind of stuck, because at some point you're gonna run out of space, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a few more times. Yeah, so right here is all you have. So you have 2 more left, and then it doesn't really work anymore, because then you need to get rid of some of your backboard, which could go and be a little bit of a problem if you don't know how. So last shot, and as you can see now, now we're starting to have to go through our own reverse layer. So what we need to do now is that we need to make some minor changes to the cannon. To make this cannon hybrid, all you need to do is get off the reverse, because now we don't want the sand, or sorry, now we don't want the sand, the hammer, the scatter to go up, we just want it to stay down. You also don't need this amount of sand, so you can, if you want to, just get rid of that and do that, and that's gonna work. But I'm just gonna leave it on, since I can just stack it up again. But on factions, that's a cool little detail if you don't have print on and stuff like that. But now that we have that located, all we can do now is fire again, and then we can get rid of our backboard. Now there's a little cool feature with this right here. You need to have your hammer on for this to work, as well as your scatter. As you can see, what's happening right now is that it is shooting the sand like out, as you can see right here, and that is kind of on purpose we do that, because as you can see, it starts creating all these small backboards that we can again now use for our as you can see right here. I want to go a little bit back, so now I want to use some of these. I want to shoot that one away. That's perfect. I can probably get rid of this one as well, and as you can see, the scatter and the hammer has now made us a new backboard. So that's gonna get rid of that. Here we are. I could even go all the way back here, but I'm fine with being right here, which should be perfect, right? Let me see. Maybe I did go a little bit too far. Maybe not. Oh, this is like... Okay, here we are. Perfect. So, straight up. Alright, we need to go through the 1 layer. 2 layer. Okay. 3 layer. Okay, it looks like I maybe have overreacted a little bit. So let's put that back. Maybe right here is perfect. Right? No. Okay, well, let's do it right here then. Perfect, right there. I already showed you how we can make the backboard and stuff like that, so it's not really a problem. Maybe I shouldn't have hyped it that many times. But anyways, let's go ahead and enable the reverse again, which is located right here. And now we are pretty much ready to go again. So, removing your backboard is pretty simple. It doesn't really take much. It doesn't take much time. And you can go through quite a lot of layers without having actually... have to get rid of your sand stacks. So most cannons, most bases, especially on Saico, doesn't really have this many reverse layers. So at some point you're gonna find yourself in a situation where you just need the backboard up, and then you can just shoot a few times and you're pretty much through. So that's pretty cool that sometimes you get little rates like that. So that's also why I tell in my videos, my base views, that you should really consider getting more reverse layers in, like, no matter where. But right now I'm just gonna try to continue shooting without getting rid of the backboard. As you can see, it's not gonna help. So even if you continue shooting, it is not gonna help, because then you need to go through reverse layer after reverse layer after reverse layer after reverse layer once again, and it's not gonna work. The benefit of doing this, I guess, is you can get a larger hole. But to be honest, it doesn't really matter what you do here. You need to go through the exact same amount of reverse layer all over again if you want to go this way right here, which is not really necessary, to be honest with you. So, as you can see, now we're at the bottom layer again, so it doesn't really matter what you do. This right here can go from Y. Actually, I want to try something. So I'm thinking that this one right here can go. Let's go ahead and take it all the way down here. This is going to work as well. Maybe I should take the scatter off just so you guys can see it. So I think that this one right here can, whoop, there we are, can go extremely far down. So if you're finding yourself in a position where the reverse lounge is very far down, don't worry. I'm pretty sure this cannon right here can handle it. As you can see right here, that worked perfectly. Now let's go ahead and make it 3 high and see. So that means that the reverse layer has to be like right above the cannon. That works as well. Let's go 2 high, and that's still gonna work. So it doesn't really matter. It does not really matter where the reverse layer is. You can always get through it. So there's pretty much no coming back from this. Oh, it didn't work on 2. All right, well, I can fix that real quick, and then I'll leave it for you guys to take as build it in and stuff like that. So that is pretty much the cannon itself. That's the showcase slowly. Now I'm gonna quickly explain to you how the cannon works, because that's also a thing that I like to do in my videos. It's also try to explain to you, so maybe you'll be able to build your own. Imagine that this one here, this sand right here, is further away from the cannon. I just don't want to walk back and forward too much. First thing we're going to talk about is the sand compression. Now the sand compression might be a little bit different from what you have seen on normal cannons, but it kind of works the same way besides the little area over here. So as you see, this line right here and the line over there is both going to shoot the TNT to that place right there. Then from there, this booster right here is going to double pulse, and the first pulse is going to shoot the sand over here. Then the sand is going to fall below the piston is going to extend, then the second booster is going to fire out the sand, and then we're going to find ourselves having the sand at around right here. It's going to catch the corner, and then we're good. Then we have the hammer, which is going in with the sand, so that's pretty simple to explain as well. So that's just, I'm going to build it right next to it. Then we have a reverse, which is pretty simple as well. Everything is simple on this cannon. You can imagine that. The reverse right here comes down, and before the power shoots it off, the slabs goes out. So it's always on that block right there at the bedrock. Right there. Now what happens now is that the reverse is gonna shoot up the sand and the hammer. And since it's order of entities, it's gonna stack the sand. And once it's stacked the sand, there's going to be a scatter inside it that is located right here, as you can see. And then that is gonna blow up. And that's simple. As order of entities, reverse hybrid. The best way to reverse hybrid in my opinion. Leave a like if you guys enjoyed the cannon. Remember to comment down below if you have any questions or if you have any problems with this cannon here. Also, if you used this cannon before and it was a success, or if it was not a success, leave a comment down below. I kind of want to hear about it. Like, put a guess in there. Like, I'm interested in what you guys are doing with the cannons that I release. So make sure that you put like pictures or something like that, or maybe you have rated it with it or something like that. Let me know down in the comment. Also, if there's a problem with the cannon, let me know exactly what the problem is, so I might be able to help you. But I want to thank you guys for watching this video here. Remember to like this video here, comment down below, and as always, remember to subscribe to my channel. I am almost at 6.5k subs. 6.5k, which is amazing. I am so glad to get all the support, guys, and just thank you so much. But anyways, guys, remember to subscribe to my channel. My name is Dexter, and I'm out.